What's up, my hunting brothers and sisters? Today we are going to talk the Mad Rock Safeguard for one sticking when you're out hunting. What's its life expectancy and when should you replace it? So stay tuned. The Mad Rock Safeguard. There's probably no other device that is more loved and loathed and controversial in the one sticking and repelling environment when we hunt. So let's talk about it for a second. So I'm not going to get into whether this is the right device for you or should you use something else. But what I want to talk about is 5 years of nearly full-time hunting experience hanging on this exact Mad Rock Safeguard right here. Now you can go with a figure 8 and spend anywhere from, I think I looked them up on Amazon for like 12 bucks up to like 20 bucks. Lots of different suppliers out there, depending on what quality you want to get and what have you. That's inexpensive. Figure 8 definitely works. A lot of people swear by them. That's great. Mad Rock Safeguard, $100 across the board. Sometimes availability is suspect. So again, you choose what device you want to use. You choose whether you want to back it up in one way, shape, or another. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you how to climb safely, hunt safely, or anything. But I want to talk about a recent experience with this that I've had and my conversations with the folks at Mad Rock about the device when it comes to its life expectancy. Okay? So I have been primarily one sticking for the last 5 seasons. Okay? So I have got a lot of experience. I typically hunt. I've got a lot of luxury and that I can hunt a lot, and I will put in anywhere from 65 to 80 sits in a season. Okay, I like it. It's what I do. I have a lot of free time, so that's a lot of rappels on this. I mean, just think in a typical season that could be 70 to 75 rappels in one season just hunting, not to mention videos you do, not to mention going out and practicing before season and all that. So let's say in 5 years there's been on this device here at least 100 rappels a year. So you're talking this device, I would estimate, has got somewhere in the neighborhood of 500, maybe slightly more rappels on this device right here, okay? This is Canyon Elite Rope, okay? Canyon Elite Rope is kind of far and away everybody's choice. This rope actually is 5 years old and it still grabs great and everything. It's holding up very well and all that. So why am I making this video? Well, I've read in the last couple of years and I've questioned as well as to what is the life expectancy of this device? I mean, it's a mechanical device. Your car is a mechanical device. It has a life expectancy. So does this. This device works on when you put a load on it, the internals cam over and pinch the rope, okay? And when you pull the lever back, you are basically going against the camming action that you're doing there, and the smooth surfaces allow it to slide on through. Now, obviously you gotta control that with your other hand, okay? So that's how it works in general. Now, I can say this device, I've never had like slip on me. I've never had any weird instances. I mean, there's times where I've loaded it and I've seen the rope move like half an inch as it settles in. Mad Rocks are notorious for being very jumpy when the rope is wet. That is a downside to them and all that. But what I got thinking was this year when I started out on this season, and I put in, I don't know, probably 15 sets or so already this season, it seemed like the effort I was having to make, I was really having to pull on this lever harder than I ever remembered. I'm like, something just seems weird. So I went and got my other rappel rope and my other Mad Rock. I have one that is my daughter's, actually. Now, she doesn't hunt nearly as much as I do because she's away at her master's program, so she gets in maybe 8 sits a year. And so, I mean, her rappel device has got maybe, I don't know, 25, call it 30 rappels on it is all in its lifetime. And it was butter smooth. So then I got looking at it, and I'm like, well, there's a lot of wear here. So basically what I'm going to show you is I've got a brand new Mad Rock right here in the box. I'm also going to put up a photo that I took of these as I disconnect here. And I'm going to show you guys the difference between a Mad Rock that has 500-ish rappels. Now again, wear is going to be so subjective on your line, distance you're rappelling. I mean, I typically hunt 15 to 23, 24 feet up. Your weight, I personally weigh out of the shower about 215 pounds. Soaking wet, so with my clothing and gear on, let's say it's even late season, you could be talking with heavier gear, you could be talking 235 pounds or 240 pounds actually rappelling. Okay, so your mileage is going to vary, but I say all that because there's just so many factors that go into it. Now I'm going to hold these up side by side, and I'm also going to put a photograph up, and what you're going to see in the photograph is on your right, my old one, on your left, the new one. So I'm going to hold them up this way as well to this camera, and hopefully it can focus on them. This is my one that I've been using for 5 years. Please focus. And this is the brand new one. And what you'll see is you'll see a lot of wear on the cam system in here where the rope touches on the old one versus the new one. Okay, so what I did was I sent that photo off to Mad Rock and in an email saying, hey, basically here's what I said. I have a Mad Rock Safeguard with some usage. I was curious at what point they're worn out and need to be replaced. For reference, the used one is on the left. I hope I didn't screw that up earlier. If I did, I'll fix it. And the new one is on the right. So then I got a reply back right here from Andrew at Mad Rock, and he says, hey Derek, thanks for reaching out. That safeguard has definitely seen some use, ! Right around now is when you should consider replacing it. If the grooves get any deeper, it will have a much harder time catching the rope. When the shape of the groove becomes more defined, then it should absolutely be replaced. Okay, so there you have it. So that that safeguard, the one that I've been using for 5 years and has, again, 500-ish or more rappels on it, is at a point where it's pushing its safety. Okay, so I bought this new one actually before I sent obviously that email off. I bought this new one because I was kind of suspect of this, and so I guess that gives you an idea of somebody who hunts a lot, what kind of life expectancy you can get out of this one. Now, is this one trash today? No, but the wear's getting concerning when you're Mad Rock. Now, you could argue, well, they want to sell new ones, which I'd say, yeah, they do, but they also don't want anybody getting hurt. So, on the erring on the side of caution, I'm going to start using the brand new one for this year. So, again, we can go back and say, well, man, these things are expensive and your mileage may vary. And I'm not going to sit here and argue. I know people are going to make comments. Oh, well, that's why you shouldn't use a mechanical device and you should use this or you should do that. Or, oh, that's why I'll never spend $100 on something like that when I could spend $20 on a figure 8. And you're not wrong. But I also go, you know what? I like this device. It's very convenient. A lot of people swear by them. They're very safe. And for me, if a $100 device lasts 5 years, so it's a $20 a year investment, $20 a year is what I have in this. So now I've got the brand new one on here, and this has never been on a rope before, and it is much easier to pull, and it is incredibly secure. I mean, there's no slippage whatsoever. and it is much easier to pull and much smoother than my old one. So I'm converting over to a new one, and I think I'm just gonna put it in my typical routine that about every 5 years, I'm gonna spend $100 and get a new one. Again, I know people are gonna suggest other Gree Plus or this or that, whatever. I'm not here to debate that with you guys. Some people are gonna love this, some people are gonna hate it. I'm sure I'm gonna get thumbs downs and all kinds of negative comments, but I'm telling you about the life expectancy that I've seen on this device, what the manufacturer of the device said in response to my real photos, and these are real estimates. I would say I've got 500, probably a little more rappels on that old device. So there you go, just trying to again address something that I've just really not seen anybody give any definitive answer. And I don't know that I'm definitive on it, but what I did do was took real photographs of worn out or a worn one compared to a new one, send it to the manufacturer, they chimed in. I think that's probably as definitive as you're gonna get in this situation. So that's it, that's all I got. As always, thank you so much for watching. God bless, stay safe, always stay tied off in some form or capacity from the time you leave the ground till you return to the ground, and enjoy your deer seasons, and hope everybody just has a great hunting season this year. So as always, it's a new day in the outdoors.